We typically think of fall as the most popular time to schedule and take those family photos, but summer actually is an amazing time to capitalize on all of the gorgeous outdoor scenery that Utah has to offer. We are making the case today for summer family portraits. Photographer Natalie Felt says nothing, though, is more important than a gorgeous outdoor backdrop, and she is here to share her 5 favorite summer backdrops for the 2018 season. I'm feeling it today. I have to tell you, it's the birds, it's the trees, all of it. Why not get outside this time of year for a gorgeous family photo?
I agree. There's so much. When all the green comes back, I get so excited, and the flowers you're starting to see pop up in the mountains. There's just so many great locations right now.
Well, we've asked you to focus in on your favorite 5, and I know this wasn't easy. You photographed all around the state. First on your list, though, is Holiday Park.
Yes. So the official name, I guess, is Big Cottonwood Regional Park. My kids have nicknamed it the Adventure Park because there are trails, and it's kind of hidden back behind there. It's next to the Lions Fitness Club in Holiday.
Okay.
But it is so pretty, and it just has this fun feel to it. But I love this location because it means a lot to our family. It's somewhere we go often. We feed the ducks. There's a family of foxes that actually live at this park.
Oh my goodness.
And it's very magical, so I love taking photos there because it's not hard to get my kids there. They're excited.
Well, I was going to say, though, here's my question from the mom perspective. There are so many distractions at a park like that. Do you just let the kids go and the camera follows behind, or what's your strategy?
I either go one of 2 ways. Sometimes that's just my incentive at the end, right? And so I'll say, let's come over here.
The ducks are waiting.
You know,
Smile now.
yes, we'll walk a different route when we walk in the park, and we'll get those photos. But then we'll say, okay, let's go do that after. But sometimes I kind of actually switch it and start the other way. And when they run up to the park and they're excited and they're feeding those ducks, you know, I just embrace that because that's what we love.
And you're getting those natural, candid reactions that I think most moms have come to really love and appreciate. Next on your list, we're giving particular nod to our location of the day. You say Gardner Village, an awesome place to take photos.
Yes, I love this location. Again, it's a place that has a lot of memories for our family. There's festivities here every season of the year. And so I don't have to twist my kid's arm to say we're going to Gardner Village to take photos, right? Because they're excited about it.
They're excited about where they're going. Maybe not what they're doing, but where they're going.
Yes, but it gets them there and everyone's in a good mood. And if you look around Gardner Village, there's so much character and color and texture, and it just makes the perfect backdrop.
I would almost get a little overwhelmed with my photographer mind in mind as I look at all of the texture that you talked about and the color. How do you work that into your photo and not have it take over the photo?
So I like to, what I've done with my kids is we kind of just make our way and walk through Gardner Village. Okay. And as I see, you know, a certain spot that kind of catches my attention, sometimes I'll get the take back photos where you see everything, but here, so you don't get overwhelmed, I kind of focus in on these little like nooks and crannies of Gardner Village. And so kind of focus in. Yeah, focus in and get close.
Do you need a photographer's pass? Do you need to request permission? What's the protocol there?
Yes, you do. If you are having a professional session here, you need to go over to Down to Earth, and there's a $50 fee, and all the information's on their website too. So.
Well, the backdrops, the garden's just gorgeous, so it's a natural add to this list. Next on that list, Albion Basin.
Yes, Albion Basin is amazing, and it is definitely a summer location because you can't shoot there the rest of the year. The gates are closed. They usually don't open until the beginning of July, and they'll list that on their website. But it's definitely a place you have to shoot from July until, you know, sometime mid-September.
Any other, in addition to timing, any other things we need to consider about shooting at this location?
Yes, there's several things. So I have to just give a shout out to this location because it is my absolute favorite. If you haven't been there, you have to go.
Oh, photographer, hand over her heart. I can tell you
the wildflowers there, it's just rolling mountains of wildflowers. Like, it is breathtaking. Every time I've been there, I love it. I fall in love with it.
These are gorgeous.
It's amazing. So yes, you do need to know going in, parking is very difficult. The word is spread. Everyone knows it's popular. If you park on the sides of the road, you're going to get a ticket. So you need to be in a parking space. So I say go early and, you know, give yourself time to get in a parking spot. And we like to make a whole afternoon or evening of it. We go up there and we'll do some photos, and then we'll hike around and play because it's the effort getting up there and everything like that. But yeah, so plan ahead with parking for sure.
So you emphasize the time of the day in relation to parking with all of these locations, Natalie. The summer sun can get really bright and really harsh. Obviously, that's one of the perks of it. It's also one of the struggles and challenges, I think, from a photographer's perspective.
Yeah, definitely.
When's the best time of day during the summer to actually get a good, well-lit photo?
I would say usually around an hour and a half to an hour before sunset. When I'm in the mountains, I'm always going to start a little bit earlier because, you know, the sun's going to go down behind the mountains sooner. Okay. So I would say an hour and a half for Albion Basin. So
you like Saltaire as well as a summer photo hotspot.
Saltaire is fun because you kind of get a beach feel to it without traveling too far.
You're like, are we in Utah or are we in California? There is sand under our feet.
It's so fun, and it's only about a 30-minute drive from Salt Lake. And so you just head out west on I-80. Parking's never a problem there. It's free to shoot there, and it's just wide open. And it is one of those locations, though, that you're only going to want to go about an hour before sunset because it's going to be bright.
Another popular spot you love is the Salt Flats. Why do you love this?
Yes, I love the Salt Flats. People say it has a similar feel to Saltaire, and it kind of does, but it definitely has more of that salty ground look to it, and the view of the mountains out there is incredible, but I love it. Now, it is like a 2-hour drive.
It's a trek.
So you have to plan for it. There's not very many gas stations between here and there when you're heading out. I've had a client run out of gas. I mean, you have to plan ahead. Make sure you're filled up on gas, keep the kids happy in the car. It's definitely a drive, but it's worth doing at least once.
These are the practical pointers that we appreciate 10 times over.
Yes, and one more thing that's so important, when I'm driving out there, I either stop at the rest stop or the exit right after it, right before you get to Windover, because if you miss the exit, you're doing a 30-minute round trip to go back. So you have to make sure you're looking for the right spot.
This is why we love her photographer tips and also driving tips as well.
Yes,
all appreciated. Final words of advice for moms out there wanting to get that summer photo when you're dealing with the sun and the elements. What else should we take into consideration?
I think for me, what's most important is that it's a memorable event. And pictures can be stressful, don't get me wrong, like we do them with our family every year.
Right.
But I think try not to stress. It's easier said than done. But, you know, planning a location that your family loves or going somewhere new and making an adventure out of it. And let your kids play a little. Let them get dirty a little. I know it may not be what you want, but it's going to bring out those smiles and it's going to feel more authentic.
And that day becomes a memory in and of itself.
Yes,
well, your talent is on full display in these gorgeous photos you've shared with us today. So if people want to set up a session with you, how can they do so?
Yeah, so you can go to my website, nataliefeltphotography.com. On Instagram, you're going to follow my recent work. So I'm booking for July and August right now.
Well, thank you for being our mom photo coach. We appreciate it, Natalie.